Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to show you a really cool setup where I connect DJI Goggles to a Raspberry Pi 5 running Android, and then send the live video straight out through HDMI. It's a simple way to get the goggles feed onto any monitor, and I'll walk you through the whole process step by step. On this table you can see how I connected the DJI 4 Pro to the monitor via HDMI cable. From the left we have an FPV drone with DJI 4 Pro. Then, Raspberry Pi 5 in a metal case with an SSD drive and UPS batteries. Next, DJI Goggles 2. Then, I added a wireless transmitter and receiver, but it is not necessary. You can connect the monitor directly with HDMI cable, and at the end I have a monitor connected. This will be quite a long tutorial, so let's start with Raspberry Pi. There are many brands on the market that offer accessories for Raspberry Pi. I am not sponsored. I chose Geekworm because I had easy access. This is X1201C1 metal case. This is where the Raspberry Pi 5 4GB is mounted. I mounted the H505 active cooler with Poon fan on top. At the bottom there is the X1201 ultra thin 18650 UPS shield. And at the very top there is the X1001 M2KM NVMe SSD shield, on which we will install Android, but it is not needed because you can install the software on the memory card. Now I'll explain why I chose this configuration. As I mentioned, SSD shield is not necessary, but I had an unused old SSD that's faster than a memory card. The memory card is fine. The Raspberry Pi has a built-in card slot. Next, to power the Raspberry Pi, you need to use a USB-C port. However, in our case, we can't do that because we need the USB-C port to connect to goggle. And the easy way was add UPS shield with extra USB-C, which can be used to add extra power from power bank. It's time to start with the software we need. I'm using a Windows 11 computer to download the Raspberry Pi imager from the Raspberry Pi website. Then, I download the Android from constacang.com to my computer, which I'll install later. From the right menu I select my version of Raspberry Pi, then Android 16. I click on this link and download the file. Downloading takes a few minutes as the Android is about 928 MB. Connect the micro SD card to your computer and remember that everything on it will be deleted. Now run Raspberry Pi imager on your computer. From Raspberry Pi device, choose your version. From operating system, choose Use Custom. Then you should see the Android that you downloaded earlier. Then, after clicking Storage, you should see your SD card. Press Next, then No and Yes. Raspberry Pi imager will install Android on the card. It took about 15 minutes. Now we are ready to run the system on Pi. Remove the card from your computer and install it in Pi. Connect the monitor via micro-HDMI to HDMI cable and connect the power. Also, you will need a mouse and keyboard, which should be connected to USB-A. Then press power button on Pi. This process will take a while. Follow the instructions to install Android. Press Next. Then I agree. Then select the language and Next. Then you need a keyboard to type the password to connect to the Wi-Fi network. Press Connect and Next. Then skip, and twice Next. Then Not Now and skip anyway. Then twice Next. And this is how we have Android on Raspberry Pi. The next step is to install the DJI Fly app. Click on the browser. In this version of Android, Google works immediately. And type DJI Fly APK. Press on the download center. Download Android APK. I have to press again, click here, then download. To see the download progress, click on the clock in the upper left corner, then expand the tab on the right. Click when it finishes, Then you need to change the settings to install applications from unknown sources. Then click Install. And this is how we have DJI Fly on Raspberry Pi. Follow few more steps on the DJI app. Now that we have everything sorted out, let's connect all the devices and see if everything works. There is one more very important information. To connect DJI Goggles to a Raspberry Pi, you can't use USB-C to USB-C cable. For unknown reasons, it doesn't work that way. We'll need an OTG adapter, USB-C to USB-A. Then we need a USB-A to USB-C cable. Next, the important thing is how we turn on the devices. First Pi, then Goggle. Then we connect the goggle to Pi with a cable. The application should recognize that we have connected the goggles and will ask us for a few permissions the first time. Then, after connecting the battery to the drone, the application will recognize that the DJI Air Unit Pro is connected, and then after pressing Go Fly, we will have a live view. There's one more element I added, but it's not necessary, and I was very pleasantly surprised by how well it works. Right at the beginning, we see that I've connected the Pi to an HDMI transmitter and receiver, which allows for wireless video transmission. This was one of the cheapest kits I could find. It is the Lemerel R1100 wireless video transmission system. Finally, I'd like to say that this kit is more suitable for hobbyists or those who can't afford more expensive solutions. Licensed software or DJI RC Pro will certainly be better due to the improved latency. With this kit, the latency is between 300 to 350 milliseconds, and it's definitely not suitable for flying a drone. And that's it. I'd like to thank everyone for watching the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Also, I put in the description links to the hardware I used and where I got the idea. Thank you and best regards.